Well, hello, everyone. This is Mike DeBoer with the Franchise Business Podcast, and I am excited to have Judy Davidson join me today. So, Judy, first of all, I know we've been trying to get this scheduled together, so I'm glad we could amongst our busy schedules. So, I suppose I'll let you introduce yourself, kind of let people know who you are and what you do for people that are kind of looking at getting into business for themselves.
Thank you for having me, Mike. Yes, it's nice to finally get this on the books.
Yes.
Appreciate you and your time. And so I've been a franchise consultant for 20 years.
Wow.
I started when my son was in kindergarten.
Okay.
And he's now 25.
Sure.
So he's grown up in the business.
Right.
And I started actually a year after my husband passed away. And my role as a franchise consultant is very similar to what a lot of the candidates that I work with. It's allowed me the freedom and flexibility to work my kid around my clients and my clients around my kid. Right. So I didn't miss anything as a single parent. I was there for all the plays and parties and practices. A lot of those conversations with clients might have been happening in school parking lots or on the sideline of soccer practice,
Right.
but I was able to, juggle all the balls, and it created a great quality of life for my son and I.
Yeah.
And I love helping people. And at the heart of it, I think most people, at least most of the candidates that I help, that I talk with, want a business to help people. That feels good. It feels good when I'm able to get to know someone better and take this journey with them and help them achieve their dream.
Right.
I also recently started volunteering for Make-A-Wish organization.
Very cool.
So I get to help, create dreams for adults and fulfill wishes for kids, and
I like that. That's very good. It's symbiotic, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah. So I get to know people better personally. This all happens in my first 15-minute intro call. After doing this for 20 years, I kind of know, what's going to make someone tick, if you will.
Right.
I like to get to know them better personally.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on. You married with kids? Where are you from? Hobbies? Because it really is at the heart of it all about relationships. And then I dovetail into, tell me about your business background. What's going on at work? A lot of people, either they're laid off or, they're mad as hell and they don't want to take it anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Frustrated with their boss. There's a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Going through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also no longer want to put their eggs in the corporate basket, which is, back in the day, our parents, they stayed at General Motors for 40 years and got the golden watch. Well, that's not the case anymore. Right. So there's really no security in corporate America. There certainly is no security in the stock market, although it's up today. Woohoo!
It is. I saw that. I'm happy about my how it looks, but yeah, it goes up and down. It causes stress.
My Meta stock is still down about 100 a share, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
But so people are looking for security. They know they can't count on corporate America or the stock market. They know they can count on themselves. So they're looking for more security in that way. So get to know them better professionally. Do they want to do something in the same industry, that matches their skill set, or do they want to do something completely different? You don't have to go back to school to own a great franchise. Yeah. It really cuts down the time and the learning curve in getting people up and running into profitability a lot more quickly than they could on their own.
Yeah.
And then we'll build a financial formula that makes sense for them as far as their investment comfort levels and their financing options and their income needs and goals. And so this is a very high level first conversation. And then after they fill out their confidential questionnaire, we'll set up a Zoom call and then we'll do a deeper dive on everything. And we'll cover their thoughts and feelings on sales and business development, managing employees. What days and hours do they have to devote to the business? Is this going to be full-time owner operator, or what we call semi-absentee, which still takes, I'd say on average, at least 20 hours a week? There's no completely absentee business. That's a misconception.
Yes.
Even the stock market, you still have to check it every once in a while.
For sure, adjust it if you need to, right?
Yeah, exactly. In real estate, there's still a lot of work, if you have tenants, in your real estate, etc. So I'm sorry, did I get off?
No, I mean, I guess, Judy, I mean, so that's what you're kind of helping your clients with. And we were actually talking before, we started kind of the formal interview about, I think a lot of people think, hey, I can buy a franchise on the internet, right? I'll Google and I'll find the right choice, and it'll be the right fit for me. And I think that speaks to, and I'll let you talk about where you come in, because you really need to learn about yourself and your dreams and aspirations to decide what's the right fit. And then there's a lot of franchise models out there. Not all of them are the right fit for any given person, right? So you're really in that process.
By the time I connect with most people, they've already spent dozens of hours on the internet, and they're more confused than ever.
Sure.
Because there are about 3,000 franchises out there.
Yeah.
So to go through the information can be overwhelming and confusing. And a lot of people have chased after the hot trend. The latest donut or milkshake or, cookie, cookie craze, only to find out it's outside of their investment comfort levels. When I first started, I'd have to say 15 plus years ago, everyone I talked to wanted a Subway. So they're popping up on every street corner until we talked about the investment. They're like, no, I don't have $500,000 to invest, versus the hours and managing dozens of minimum wage employees and the low profit margins. They're like, no way. So I'm like, okay, let's start with a blank slate and open mind. Let's build a financial formula and a business formula that makes sense for you, kind of reverse engineering it. Sure. Let's build what your ideal business looks like first. We're building the foundation from the ground up. And then of the 3,000 options out there, we've identified about 300 A+ gold standard franchises with happy owners that are having fun and making money and would do it again and would recommend it to a friend. And so after we define their criteria, I'll do my research, come back with 3 best of the best that meet their criteria and that are available in their marketplace, and then guide them through the entire due diligence process, which is required in order to be awarded a franchise.
Right.
So you can't just buy a franchise off the internet.
And it's a relationship that's built over time, right?
Absolutely. You said it perfectly, Mike. It's a lot of people really don't understand or value that, because we all want to work with people that we know and like and trust.
Of course.
And at Schooley Mitchell, you have a particular set of skills that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes back to the checks and balances in franchising with the item 19 and the FDD. Franchisors want those numbers to continue to go up year over year. So you want to make sure that you're placing the best candidates, not only that can meet your current revenue goals, but continue to exceed year over year, so that arrow continues to point upward, so you can attract more franchisees, and winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, 100%. The franchise